Hey everybody, this is Kennedy here to just inform you about something. It's about a job. It's about life. It's about the constant struggle to survive in this cruel world. They may say you need a job to survive, but what about YouTube? What about being your own boss? What about this? What about that? No. The point is, they say you need a job to survive, so you don't die from starvation, so you don't go homeless. What's the point even having a job in the first place? It's basically like enslavement. What's the point even living this life? What's the point even existing in the first place? What's the point in that? What is life all about? What is this reality? Is this the example of modern day slavery? The cycle of indoctrination? Are we simply born to live by the sword and die by the sword? Are we here to slave, bust our behinds until you finally draw a last breath? What's the point in school? What's the point in jobs? What's the point even going to school if they don't even teach you nothing? Oh, wait. This is basically like enslavement camp. And I've questioned myself today. Why was I here? Why was I born? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? But man, I just can't help notice something's wrong here. Something's up. I don't know about the job. It's taken an awfully long time to get a paying job, but right now I'm in training. Project Search. What's the point in this? What's the point in that? What's the point even working at a business? That's someone else's business. What's the point even working at a business at all? What's the point even getting a job at all? Oh, to have money. Oh, to have income. But what happens if you don't really enjoy it anymore? What happens if you don't want to do that job anymore? Many people say that that's reality, but that's not the reality. That's the system. That's the system. This is not an adult life. This is the system. Even if even if I'm an adult like myself, I'm not even in control of my life. Working in a business or in a or any job in general, there's no room to grow. And man, it's extremely suffocating to the point like you have to do this, you're responsible for doing that, you're responsible for this. Why can't they do the things themselves? I don't understand it. Can someone please help me to understand what is the real life all about? This is not reality. This is the system. I don't understand it. I don't understand why I was simply born into the system. And having children is selfish. In my opinion. So basically, if you give birth to children, you're contributing to the cycle of the system, the cycle of reprogramming. You know what I mean. So basically, you are contributing to that child's suffering because that child has to face the difficulties in life because of the system. The system is oppressing everyone. And it's not just an adults, it's the kids also. I remember going to school feeling dumb and pathetic, all because I don't pay attention in school. I don't pay attention to what they got to say. I don't pay attention to nothing except the things that I want to do in life. Because I'm passionate about what lies within. And I'm not passionate about history or whatever. I mean, what's the point in history? What's the point in algebra? What's the point in even working at a job or a business? That lies the big question. What is life all about? Is it about working hard until you drop dead? It's all about it's all about this, it's all about that, paying bills. You gotta get this due, you gotta get this done, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. What's the point of all this? What's the point? I've seen a lot of people's careers take off like a rocket ship. So why am I sitting down and just taking whatever is necessary? Why am I wanting to get a job at somebody else's business? I don't understand myself either. I was placed in the midst of the chaotic mess of the system that is dysfunctional as an engine. We are living in the past, but not the present. Some of these days, schools are so backwards. You could just say, "What's the point in this? What's the point of even going to college? They're just wasting my time." They're wasting our time because they want workers instead of free thinkers. What is school for anyway? To mold you into a slave? Wage slave and can't think for herself or himself? What's the point in that? I mean, I can't hide this anymore. Why would I want to work at somebody else's business? Why would I want to put my time, effort, tears, sweat, everything into this job that somebody could manage themselves but couldn't? What's the point? And why do I find it hard I'm just trying to think of a question to ask myself or to ask other people. Why do you want to work at somebody else's own establishment while they can take care of it themselves. Why do they need employees to manage this whole building? Because they don't have machines to do it. So why am I setting myself up for failure? I'm kind of setting myself for failure here. It's like cutting off my own nose here. What's the point of existence, man? I mean, you think adolescence is tough? Every stage in life is tough because of the system. I mean, it gets more tough as you grow older, but I think being an adult is also tough because of the system. They expect you to work, 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 work until I don't know, something happens. Why don't they build robots to manage this place instead of hiring actually human beings? What's the point, man? This is the cycle of despair that we are constantly living in. And unfortunately, those who happen to give life in the first place is contributing to the suffering. Please, for the love of Pete, help me to understand the system better. Help me just understand what is going on with our world. What's going on is that it's the system. Outside of that, I don't know what could be out there. What is true freedom? Is it the fact that you could fly without anything attaching to you? It feels like a huge bowling ball weighing you down? Is it the emotional and mental and psychological torture that you have to endure every single day to ensure that you have enough money to pay for that house and enough money to buy food to fill your belly and shoes to put on your feet and clothes to put on your back? What's the point? What's the point? Those entrepreneurs took off like a rocket. Their careers took off. And now they're successful millionaires, billionaires, heck, rarely even trillionaires. So why am I setting myself up for failure if I could be the boss of myself? If I could build robots to help me manage to keep the building tidy and clean, so I won't have to pay them, so I won't have to do nothing. I won't be contributing to none of this suffering. I don't understand it. I don't understand nothing. This is the system we are living in. Okay? And then outside of that, it's unknown. Most of us don't know true freedom. I don't know what true freedom is until I actually experience it for myself. That means no job, no bills, no nothing. None of this all unnecessary stuff. It's kind of hard to explain a little bit. Why do we have to pay bills? Why do we have to pay taxes? Why do we have to do this, do that, do the... All this is confusing. Okay?